Ever wondered what really makes a championship team tick? It's not just about what happens on the pitch. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the Indian cricket team's dressing room, and we're getting our intel straight from the captain himself, Virat Kohli, for a rare look at the personalities, the discipline, and, yeah, the hilarious chaos that fuels their success. So, let's kick things off with a big question. Who is the real Virat Kohli? Is he that composed, well-spoken guy we see in all the post-match interviews? Or is he that unfiltered, super high-energy boy from Delhi? It's a question that really gets to the core of who he is. And you know what? He answers it without even hesitating. The Delhi boy, that's the default setting. He says the whole gentleman thing is like a switch he can flip on when he needs to, but his true identity, the one that really sets the tone for the entire team, it's authentic, it's energetic, and it's completely, unapologetically real. And that default setting, believe me, it shapes the whole vibe in the dressing room. It starts with the music. See, Kohli's iPod is in charge, which pretty much means one thing: Punjabi music all the time. He says it just keeps the atmosphere electric. Now, Hardik Pandya might try to sneak some English songs on, but since he doesn't actually know the words, Kohli's playlist always wins. It's just this constant, high-energy soundtrack for the whole team. But that lively atmosphere isn't just about the music. No, it's fueled by some truly unique characters. So let's meet the dressing room entertainers, the official comedians of the team who keep everyone's spirits up, especially when the pressure is on.
Okay, first up we've got Hardik Pandya. Kohli has this great nickname for him, a lost soul. And why? Because the guy has absolutely zero filter. I mean, case in point, not too long ago he was trying to praise the star bowler Ravichandran Ashwin, but in his excitement he just blurted out, "Ravi Kashyap Ashwin bowls so well." It's that kind of random, off-the-cuff stuff that just makes him a legend in the dressing room.
Then you have Rohit Sharma, who Kohli says is one of the funniest people you'll ever meet, but in a totally different way. He's got this unique way of talking. It's almost like a code. He'll say something like, "There's a lot of this over there," and then just stop. He just leaves everyone else to try and figure out what this is. It's basically his way of saying, "All right, I've done my part, you figure out the rest."
And this quirkiness doesn't stop with how he talks. Oh no. The guy is famously, legendarily forgetful. And we're not talking about small things like, misplacing his keys. He's left behind his iPad, his wallet, his phone, and yeah, on more than one occasion, even his passport. It's gotten so bad that the team's logistics manager literally refuses to let the bus leave until he personally confirms that Rohit has all his stuff.
And of course, you can't talk about the team's comedians without mentioning Shikhar Dhawan. So get this. During a match, a new player was trying to get friendly with Kohli. Shikhar, trying to explain what was going on, leans in with a dead serious face and says the player was trying to get into Kohli's notebooks. He meant good books, obviously. The mix-up had the entire slip cordon just rolling with laughter.
But maybe the all-time greatest Shikhar Dhawan story is this absolutely wild chain of events. So, he gets a call while he's stuck in traffic about some function. He kind of brushes them off, hangs up, and immediately forgets about it. Then, that night, flight tickets to Mumbai show up in his email. Turns out, the caller confirmed him as the chief guest. So while all of his friends are partying in Delhi for New Year's Eve, poor Shikhar Dhawan is sitting on a stage in Mumbai at an event he never even knew he agreed to.
Okay, so for all the fun and games, there's a completely different side to this team, an absolutely relentless, almost unbelievable discipline. So let's shift gears a bit, away from the locker room jokes, and take a look at the intense commitment that really fuels their dominance on the field. And this contrast right here just captures that discipline perfectly. On the one hand, you have Kohli's daily diet. It is precise, clean, functional. We're talking grilled chicken, fish, egg whites, specific fruits like papaya and dragon fruit. And then on the other side, the one single cheat meal he dreams about, a very specific plate of chole bhature from a little shop in Delhi. I mean, the difference between his daily reality and that one craving just shows you the incredible focus he has. And how long has he kept this up? 4 years. It has been 4 years since he's had his old favorite food, butter chicken. Just think about that. That one number represents a level of willpower and pure dedication that is just, staggering. So, you might be asking, how does he deal with the cravings? Well, he actually channels that energy into becoming what he calls a salesman for desserts. So when a beautiful cake shows up at the table, he won't touch it. Instead, he passionately starts selling it to his teammates, telling them how amazing it is, saying, "Wow, what a cake, you have to try some." It's this fascinating little psychological trick he plays on himself to enjoy the experience without breaking his diet.
And all of that discipline, it pays off big time on the field, where chemistry and understanding are absolutely everything. So let's switch our focus back to the action, to the dynamics between the wickets, and explore the partnerships that Kohli values the most.
And he actually breaks it down by format. In Test cricket, he loves batting with Ajinkya Rahane. In the IPL, it's all about the explosive fun of being out there with Chris Gayle and AB de Villiers. But when it comes to running between the wickets, there is one person who is in a league of his own, MS Dhoni. Kohli says that when Dhoni calls for a run, he just closes his eyes and goes, no questions asked. His judgment is just that perfect.
And that is the perfect way to get into our final and maybe the most crucial piece of the puzzle here. We're talking about the unique and, frankly, invaluable relationship between the current captain, Virat Kohli, and the former captain, MS Dhoni.
Now, when a statement like this comes from one of the best players on the planet, talking about his predecessor, it just speaks volumes. It really captures the enormous respect Kohli has for Dhoni's tactical mind. He doesn't see him as a rival or anything like that. He sees him as a strategic genius, and having him on the team is a massive advantage.
Kohli actually breaks down Dhoni's value into 3 key things. First, that unmatched tactical brain, his ability to just read the game perfectly. Second, that flawless judgment when running that we just talked about. And third, having Dhoni there as a mentor during Kohli's first few years as captain, he calls that a true blessing.
And listen, this isn't just a warm and fuzzy feeling. It is backed up by results. Kohli says that whenever he's in a really tough spot on the field and asks Dhoni for advice, whatever Dhoni suggests works 8 or 9 times out of 10. That is an absolutely unbelievable success rate, and it just shows you why having him on the field is like having a secret weapon.
But for all his seriousness and his tactical genius, Dhoni also has this lighter, almost childlike side. Kohli told this great story about a young bowler who, when asked which end he wanted to bowl from, just innocently answered with his hometown, from Najafgarh. So, in the middle of a high-pressure international match, Kohli tells Dhoni this story, and Dhoni just bursts out laughing. It just goes to show that even the most serious minds can find humor in the simplest things.
So as we've seen today, the success of this team isn't just about strategy or skill. It's this incredibly complex mix of forgetful, unfiltered comedians, extreme discipline that's almost an obsession, and this deep foundational respect between leaders. Which kind of leaves us with one final thought. Maybe the true formula for a winning team isn't something you can write down in a coaching manual. Maybe it's found in all those unwritten rules of camaraderie, character, and genuine connection.